The national security hawk John Bolton and former advisor to Donald Trump, who has become one of the US president's biggest critics, has pled not guilty in his initial appearance in court on charges he mishandled classified information. Bolton is the third of Trump's prominent critics to face prosecution in recent weeks as the US president dispenses with decades-long norms designed to insulate federal law enforcement from political pressures. The indictment alleges that Bolton shared sensitive information with two of his relatives for possible use in a book he was writing, including notes on intelligence briefings and meetings with senior government officials and foreign leaders. As the row over the ban placed on visiting Maccabi Tel Aviv fans from their team's upcoming clash with British side Aston Villa intensifies, fans are now voicing their issues with the decision to outright ban the visiting Israeli fans from the game. Here's what Elliot Pollack, chair of Jewish Villans, a Jewish Aston Villa fan club in Birmingham, has said.
The idea that there'll be thousands of Israelis flying in for this game is probably a little misleading. I suspect a lot of the tickets, away tickets, would be bought by Jewish people within London, Birmingham, Manchester, who have an opportunity to have an Israeli flag in a public space, be proud of their identity, their Jewish identity, be proud of Israel, and would go. I know lots of people had asked me about the game who weren't Israeli, weren't Maccabi Tel Aviv supporters, supported other clubs in England, but wanted to go to the game as an opportunity. In the same way, if a Turkish club came, the Turkish diaspora would, etc. So this idea that we're only discriminating against Israelis here is completely untrue. A vast swathe of that support would be Jewish people from the United Kingdom.
Fans of Maccabi Tel Aviv, meanwhile, feel that match should be shifted elsewhere in the UK if the West Midlands Police is unsure about safety in Birmingham. Let's listen in.
If they can't allow us to come for security reasons, they should move the game, maybe to another city in the UK. I know of friends that already bought tickets to the UK to be at the game, and they have nothing to do right now with this ticket. Even if we won't be able to go in, I'm sure there will be Maccabi Tel Aviv fans outside. They will come to the game, or as I said, they already have tickets. I have friends that already have tickets to the UK. They have tickets to other games on Saturday or on Sunday in the UK. They made a football trip out of it. What football should...
Israeli strikes on South Lebanon have killed one person and injured 7 others. Footage of the strike showed massive explosions and huge plumes of smoke. The Lebanese Health Ministry has said that 1 person was killed in Baalbek in eastern Lebanon, while 6 were injured in Nabatea district in the south and 1 in the coastal city of Sidon. The Israeli military has claimed it had targeted several Hezbollah facilities and sites used by the environmental group Green Without Borders. It accused the group, which is under U.S. sanctions, of being a front for Hezbollah. Lebanese President Joseph Aoun has condemned the attack as a breach of the ceasefire in place since last year, November. Israel has been continuously striking in South Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah facilities. Now tensions continue to escalate along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border as Pakistan's foreign ministry has condemned recent Afghan attacks as unprovoked actions aimed at destabilizing the border region. In a briefing, Pakistani Foreign Ministry spokesperson Shafqat Ali Khan has stated the actions violate the peaceful and cooperative relations between the two nations. Let's listen in.
At the unwarranted aggression by the Afghan Taliban, Fitna al-Kharij, Fitna al-Hindustan, along the Pakistan-Afghanistan border on the nights of 11-12 and then 14-15 October 2025. Such unprovoked actions aimed at destabilizing the Pakistan-Afghanistan border belied the overall spirit of peaceful neighborhood and cooperative relations between the two neighboring countries. Pakistan, exercising its right of self-defense, not only effectively repulsed the assaults all along the border, but also inflicted heavy losses on Taliban forces and affiliated terrorist groups operating from the Afghan soil in terms of men, material, and infrastructure. These infrastructures were used to plan and facilitate terrorist attacks against Pakistan. Our targeted and precise defensive response was not targeted towards the Afghan civilian population. Unlike Taliban forces, we exercise extreme caution in our defensive responses to avoid loss of civilian lives. Both sides are making sincere efforts to find a positive resolution to this complex but solvable issue through constructive dialogue. Pakistan greatly values dialogue and diplomacy and a mutually beneficial relationship with Afghanistan.
Madagascar's coup leader, Colonel Michael Randrianirina, was sworn in as president with cheers, blaring trumpets, and raised swords, just days after seizing control of the island following the youth-led protests that ousted his predecessor. Colonel Michael Randrianirina has reached to the situation. Let's listen into what he has said.
Afin d'assurer une gestion saine et responsable des finances publiques, nous nous engageons à mettre en œuvre une politique de sobriété budgétaire en limitant les dépenses publiques aux besoins prioritaires et vitaux de la population. Il est temps de mettre un terme à tout gaspillage des deniers.
Ex-leader Andry Rajoelina, who was impeached by lawmakers and currently in exile after fleeing abroad, has condemned the takeover and refused to step down, even as widespread security force defections occurred and the High Constitutional Court has ratified the army's seizure of power within hours. With that, it's a wrap on the newsroom. Keep watching NewsX World for more news updates.